Don't forget to check out and grab your copy of our 2 newly released books, Football, a Love Story, and What Did Football Teach Me? These books feature over 100 stories from current and former coaches, players, executives, and entertainers from across the football landscape, describing what got them involved in the game, what they love about it, and what life lessons the game taught them. You can find your copy or order your copy from our website at footballgameplan.com/books. Before we get to the report, if you like our style of video and analysis, feel free to show support for Football Game Plan by dropping by our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan and leaving a little something in the tip jar. Every little bit helps us as we continue to improve the quality of our videos and the coverage we enjoy bringing you guys each and every time we put out a project. Thank you again for your support. Now let's analyze some of the strengths that Jared Goff brings to the table and what he possesses as a prospect. I think this is by far the most technically and fundamentally sound quarterback in this year's draft class, probably the most technically and fundamentally sound quarterback I've seen in quite some time. He's always locked and ready to go. Like a third baseman, when they scoop up a grounder, he's always in position to make a throw, which is why I think he gets really good velocity on his short and intermediate passes. I think those things come out with great velocity. They come out accurately, and this is partly why he has had a lot of success overall as a QB out there at Cal. Goff is also a tremendous athlete. Don't underestimate his ability to get outside the pocket and create things in the passing game with his legs, or even in the running game. I think he can have some success running the football on design quarterback runs in the NFL. This is the guy that will still allow you to run your zone read or read option game because of his athleticism and creating things off of that. I also like the fact that he's able to consistently hit these bucket throws with ease. You saw it in the bowl game versus Air Force. You're seeing it here on film. Driving that football in between the safety and the corner versus cover 2, in between the safety and corner, or in between a linebacker and safety over the middle of the field. He's able to consistently drop that ball inside the bucket on a regular basis. Taking a look at some of the areas of improvement for Jared Goff, I think his arm has to become stronger. He has to really work on getting that arm up to par. His velocity is good on the short and intermediate throws, but when he has the power of football in there, he can't make the throw with consistency. So you're starting to see defensive backs slowly break on the football, and as you reach the NFL level, the reaction time by those defensive backs are a lot quicker. So he has to become a little bit stronger in throwing the football. And because Goff is so technically and fundamentally sound, I think he tends to be a little bit robotic and mechanical in his process, which causes him to hold the football versus pressure and be a little bit erratic when things break down in front of him. These are some things that he's going to have to improve on as he moves forward. He's a little bit more like Peyton Manning in that aspect where his feet are always moving. He's a little bit robotic in his process and his setup, and that causes him to lose field vision both intermediately and also deep down the field. And that also forces him to be erratic under pressure. I think he's probably super erratic under pressure, and a lot of quarterbacks are, but in the NFL, all you're going to see is pressure, and if he can't handle that as far as being able to make things happen on the fly outside of the framework of the play, outside of the framework of his technique, he could struggle. And it also leads to him telegraphing passes and aiming throws. He can't do that as he makes the transition into the NFL. I believe the best comparison for Jared Goff is Sam Bradford of the Philadelphia Eagles. I think both guys are streaky passers, which is a good thing because when they're on, they're deadly accurate. They can move the football up and down the field, and they consistently can make those wild throws. But when they're under pressure, everything breaks down to become a completely different player. I think that's what you see with Jared Goff. Again, I like him as a starter, but you have to keep him well protected because, again, in the face of pressure, things break down a la Sam Bradford. So in conclusion, Jared Goff graded out as a third-round prospect, in my opinion, my fifth-rated quarterback in this draft class. I do see him as a solid starter in the NFL, not a generational-type talent as people are making him out to be, but that's not his fault because he has put together some really good tape over the last 3 seasons at Cal. He has gotten better each and every season, which is all you want to see from a quarterback, which is why I do think he'll have a solid future as a pro.